Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, we are gearing up for the JC's Wedding Expo this weekend and talking to Hope's Bridal about the real star of the show, the wedding dress. Plus, Raven and the Box of Daylight. We'll get a preview of a new exhibition coming to the Figge Museum this Valentine's Day. And it is Throwback Thursday, and one of us will take a trip 10 years down memory lane to a big game covered out of state by TV6. Hello and welcome to Quad Cities Live on this Thursday, January 29th. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Morgan Otier. We will catch up with my co-host Kyle Keel in just a few minutes. The JC's Wedding Expo is this weekend, featuring more than 100 vendors helping couples perfectly plan their big day. And one of those vendors is Hope's Bridal Boutique. Joining us today from Hope's is owner Diane Niebert. Diane, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. It's so great to be here.
Thank you so much for being here. I couldn't wait to have you on the show today. You know how much I loved our segments together last year, and I love wedding dresses. Okay, so before we you brought some models with you here today. We're excited to see that. But before we get started, just tell us a little bit about Hope's Bridal. You've been around for a very long time now.
We have been so blessed.
Yeah.
Mark and I bought Hope's 40 years ago from Hope, and we opened our Davenport location in 1993.
Wow.
So we're along River Road. Second location here, and the third actually in the Quad Cities, but going strong. I've got a great team there, a lot of great experiences along with wonderful dresses.
Wonderful dresses and just lots and lots of happy brides.
Yes.
Okay, so what we're going to start with today is maybe some of the latest trends in bridal gowns, okay? And this is going to be a big deal, right? When you think about the expo, one of the favorite parts for the brides is to come and check out, you know, anybody that has wedding dresses, right? It's fun. It's fun for the gals. So we are starting with Sloan today, correct?
We are.
Okay.
Yes. So Sloan is here, and you can see a couple of the trends, Morgan.
Yeah.
Color. And the bigger, softer laces. That's a cotton lace.
Okay.
But there's no sequins, no sparkles. One of the other things going is that Sloan has a detachable long sleeve. I don't know that she can get that to happen, but that may unbutton, and that whole sleeve.
I see it.
Maybe Morgan, yeah.
Well, I do. I see it. I'm not going to try. Well,
it's okay. We left one button done.
Oh, this is fun for me.
There we go.
Oh my gosh.
And then that can be worn as an entirely different looking gown.
Oh my gosh.
For later.
So she can take this sleeve completely off. So it's like you got a little church in there if you want, and then for the reception you can take that off and you feel like you have an entirely different gown on.
Yes.
This is beautiful. And so what would you call like all of this on here? I just say embellishments because I don't know the right words for everything.
It is an embroidered lace applique, but it's more that cotton feel, so it's not shiny.
Yeah.
We've kind of had a retro coming back.
Yes, so. I love that. That is incredibly beautiful. Who is this gown by?
This is an Essence of Australia.
Essence of Australia. Well, wonderful, Sloan. Thank you so much. Yeah. Very beautiful. And yes, I love all the embellishments, the appliques, and all of that we're seeing. I'm glad that none of that is going away right now. So up next, we have Noelle.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
And as you just said, it's not going away, but look what's coming. Noelle's coming, and this would be clean, classic, and simple.
Yes.
So another trend. No, the all over and the sparkle's not going away, but this, notice the tiny pearls.
Yes.
And the basque waistline in the front. The basque waistline is that V.
This V that we're seeing right here.
Yes.
Okay.
Another trend back, and this is fabric that is reminiscent of the 80s, 70s and 80s, and it's a soft satin.
It is.
So
is it comfortable? It is. Yes, it is. And then you know, it's hard to see on camera right now, but this is the little pearl detail that Diane was talking about. It's just that little touch.
Yes.
And then it kind of helps you maybe decide on your accessories or your veil and things like that.
That's exactly right. And if you have a bold, big bouquet, that can be showcased. But then again, you're not overwhelmed by your gown.
Yes.
Beautiful buttons down the back, so there's little touches without being overkill at all.
Yes, well, oh yes, I love the buttons down the train. That's beautiful little touch right there. Noelle, thank you so much. And one thing too, as we get ready for our next model, is Hope's has some accessories there. I know you have like different belts and things that you can use to embellish a dress if you find that you would prefer a simple dress, and also veils, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And we debated, do we bring, come on up while we're talking, we debated trying to put veils on with all of these. and it almost became overwhelming to do for this little wonderful segment.
Because it is hard to not make it like the focus.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it takes a little bit of time with each bride and each gown to find the right accessories. Each woman wants to feel it's her special moment and her special look.
Yes. Okay. So we have Allison here, and there's some beautiful lace on this gown.
Yes.
So tell us about this one.
Okay. So this is an actual two-piece gown.
Oh.
When you're done and married, I don't know how many of my Iowa brides per se will do this, but that bustier could be worn with other items. You could put some black leggings, black leather pants, wear it on a honeymoon.
Oh my gosh.
Not that that's why you purchase or select your bridal gown, but it's a trend also.
No,
a little bit of wearability.
That. I love that. And you know what? I think there is something about like Midwest women and shopping where we do like to explain to people, like, you can wear this again.
Yes,
right?
but can we really?
Yes, but can we really? Like we say it to the bridesmaids all the time, right? You could totally wear this again.
Yes.
No, that is very cool. And I love the way that this kind of comes out a little bit, like almost like a half a peplum.
It is. It's a peplum. Very good, Morgan. It is. And you see the stays, the boning in there, the basque waistline again. So many of the features, also the sheet lace, which is yardage of lace reminiscent of years gone by, but it's a new, fresh look.
Well, it is wonderful, Allison. Thank you so much. Wonderful job. And Hope's Bridal and Prom is located on River Drive in Davenport. We have the phone number, the address at the bottom of your screen. You can also visit them on the web at hopesbridal.com. Meantime, the JC's of the Quad Cities Wedding Expo is happening this Saturday, January 31st at the River Center in downtown Davenport. To purchase your ticket, visit jcexpo.com. And I'm so excited because we're going to see Diane and our models again a little bit later in this show. So we'll just say bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Diane, thank you so much. Still to come, an art experience that takes you from darkness into light. We're previewing a powerful new exhibition opening at the Figge that brings ancient storytelling to life.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
If you're looking for an art experience that is truly immersive, don't miss this powerful new exhibition opening on February 14th at the Figge Art Museum.
Yeah, that's right. It's called Raven in the Box of Daylight, blending glass art, storytelling, sound, and of course culture. Joining us now is Vanessa Sage, co-senior curator at the Figge. Vanessa, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Yes, it's always good to talk to you. So we're talking about this Valentine's Day exhibition that opens February 14th. So tell us a little more about it.
So it is an immersive art installation. It has projection, sound, and then these really beautiful large-scale glass works by the artist Preston Singletary. So it combines his technical skill at glass blowing and working with glass as an art medium with his Tlingit culture.
Yeah, and that's something that I really wanted to talk about with you, Vanessa, because as I was just saying, I got the opportunity over the summer to visit Alaska and see some similar art. I wouldn't have been able to tell you at this point, but we did go to plenty of museums, and I don't know if I saw any of Singletary's work, but I saw a lot like it. There's a lot cultural there, and there's a lot of history there. So what would you say, for folks who are watching right now, really makes Singletary's work stand out?
I think it's the way that he combines these formal qualities from his culture with the medium of glass blowing, which is very rooted in, he went over to Europe and studied under glass masters of working in glass, and then he combined that with his own heritage, and they're really beautiful, and you know, the combination of the technical skill with this very deeply felt part of his identity makes it very personally important and just stunning, and also there's so much story there.
Yeah, stunning is a good way to put it. These are stunning, stunning forms of art. So Raven is essential a figure in this Tlingit culture. So why is Raven, this character, so important?
So he's a trickster figure, but like a lot of trickster figures in mythology, they kind of embody the essence of being human, you know, the good things as well as the bad. And then also the tricksters, even though they often are looking out for themselves, they also benefit humankind with some of the things that they do in their own interests. And that's the case with Raven. He releases daylight, the sun, and the stars to the human people. And so the story is really how light came to the world in Tlingit mythology.
Okay, and you had already mentioned that we're going to hear things, we're going to see things. It's multisensory. I believe this takes place, the exhibition, on 2 floors at the Figge once it opens. So can you kind of take us through what people will experience, what they'll see and hear as they venture? I think it's the 3rd and 4th floors.
It is on the 3rd and 4th floors. It starts on the 4th floor, and it's really the narrative journey through the story of Raven as he transforms himself into a human being in order to access these boxes of the stars, the sun and the moon. And so he actually becomes a human boy, and through the narrative, and that happens on the 4th floor. And also I would take, it's very sensory in all elements, so that with the paint, we completely painted the galleries. We transformed them. We had architectural elements built so that it feels as though you're entering a clan house. And the paint, everything, the paint, the projection, married with the sounds of nature, it's all atmospheric, so you're being completely surrounded by this really rich narrative, and it unfolds as you walk through and changes of the atmosphere all around you.
Well, so you truly are immersed in the exhibition. So what are you hoping that people take away, or what should they feel when they go through this exhibition?
Really engaged with this story. That's very important, but also engaged with the story of humankind and how that relates to your own stories. There's a lot of relatable elements to it, like Raven is, you know, a very, when he turns into a human boy, he's very precocious, and his grandfather wants to spoil him, and so he's the one who holds the boxes of the daylight, the stars, and the moon. And so there's a lot of human, it's very a human story, but then it really gives you some insight into the cultural importance of this story among the people of the Pacific coast.
Sure.
Okay, and then Thursday, February 19th, I did want to mention that you can hear from artist Preston Singletary as he's going to speak about this exhibition at the Figge, correct?
Yes, he'll be here February 19th.
That's exciting.
And as you said, the opening is really easy to remember because it's on Valentine's
Day. If you have
so
nothing to do, it's certainly the perfect idea.
And then we have free second Saturdays, so it's also the free, that opening day will be free.
Yes, the exhibition, again, it opens on the 14th, on February 14th. And as Vanessa mentioned, there's free admission on that day from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. as part of Second Saturdays and that programming. If you've heard of it, we talk about it plenty on the show here. To learn more, just visit the Figge on the web at figgeartmuseum.org. Vanessa, thank you for joining us. This sounds like a really exciting exhibition.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Yes, and there it is, the book of all the beautiful art. So thank you. We appreciate you being here today.
Thanks so much. We'll see you next time, Vanessa. Next on Quad Cities Live, it's Friday Eve, which means it's time to take a look back in time with our Throwback Thursday segment. Remember the 20 teens? We'll look back next.
Quad Cities Live continues.
Well, I can hardly believe it. It's already Thursday, which means it is time for our Throwback Thursday. So so yours is what, the 20 teens? Is that what I heard?
The 20 teens, barely the 20 teens. 2019.
Oh, okay.
So tail end of it. So this was 7 years ago today. I said, I'd say it's crockpot chili and cinnamon roll weather.
Okay.
Wouldn't you? All right, so this was the start of the 3-day period where we had wind chills 40 to 60 below. This is when everyone found out about the polar vortex.
Oh gosh, not the polar vortex.
And yeah, it was the 31st that we had that record low in the Quad Cities of 33 degrees below zero. So funny thing about this, so we were talking about what we're gonna do for our throwbacks with Kevin Phelps a little bit earlier. And so about an hour later, I'm getting on Facebook and one of my friends was talking about cinnamon rolls and chili.
Oh yeah.
And he said he couldn't get on board with it.
No.
Have you tried it before?
I feel like I have.
Yeah,
like maybe when somebody has even been on the show.
Yeah, it's like an Iowa thing apparently, which, you know, I've, as you know, grew up in the Quad Cities. I hadn't heard of it until I was working up in Waterloo and someone was like, try it. and I did, and I loved it.
And you
It's
loved
not
it.
my favorite thing in the world.
I like a cornbread or something.
Yeah, I had chili the other night and had
Hawaiian
bread,
roll.
but I didn't use a cinnamon roll, but it's good. But yeah, very timely because we just got done with this cold snap, so it could always be worse, right?
Yes, I guess so. I don't know. It's been pretty cold the past couple days.
It has.
It doesn't feel great.
Your 20 teens as well.
Mine 20 teens, yes. So mine is 10 years ago. I believe it is December. Yes, December of 2015. That's baby
Look
Morgan
at them.
and baby Joey Danya.
Yes.
This is when
Joey,
Hawkeye,
why so serious?
I know. This is when Hawkeye football went to the Big Ten Championship at Lucas Oil in Indianapolis, and I was asked by our news director at the time to go and do kind of like a more news coverage to go along with our sports coverage, because this was a very big deal for the Iowa Hawkeyes, and I'm a Hawkeye fan. I went to University of Iowa, and so I was like, heck yeah, I'm gonna go and cover this. What I didn't know at the time is how incredibly hard our sports team works.
I know.
I mean, I think everybody at the station works very hard, right? It's not an easy job, but boy, oh boy, do they. I think I put upwards of 20,000 steps. I used to have a Fitbit back then, and I think that I put like 20,000 steps a day on that thing, walking around Indy, and I wore holes in my wool socks that December just from all the walking
only
that we
imagine.
did. It was crazy.
Yeah, the sports, when they go to those tournaments, I mean, it's definitely not a vacation for
You'll
them,
never
that's for
catch me doing sports after
no,
that.
Absolutely not.
Okay, well, that's it for Throwback Thursday, but still ahead on QCL, what really happens when you become a Hope's bride? From that first appointment to saying yes to the dress, we're talking about the full bridal experience after the break.
Quad Cities Live continues.
The JCs of the Quad Cities Wedding Expo is happening this weekend with more than 100 vendors ready to help couples bring their wedding day vision to life. And one of those vendors is Hope's Bridal. And today we're talking about what it's really like to become a Hope's bride, from that first appointment to finding the dress. Joining us again this afternoon is Diane Niebuhr, owner of Hope's Bridal. Diane, welcome back. Thanks so much for bringing everybody here today. All the beautiful models. I'm having so much fun. You have no idea. I just love doing this. So we want to learn a little bit more in this segment about what it means to be a Hope's bride. So first of all, at Hope's Bridal, you are a full service. So talk about what that means.
I think it means from the bridal gown to all of the people that are in the bride's party, we can help with all of that, with your attire, getting you up the aisle in the way that you, the bride, wants, and well cared for. I think kindness matters. We need kindness in the world, and I think a Hope's bride is treated to kindness.
That's what they feel like. They really feel like, you know, this is their opportunity to do it right, and you really help them with that at Hope's. So we have our models back, and we're going to start with Sloan, who has a gorgeous, and when we talked about embellishments, the bodice is beautiful. Tell us about this dress.
This gown, I would say one of the nice trends is the tiny beading on the bodice, but then the simpler skirt, and it kind of fools you. The skirt is fitted, and a lot of today's brides want some fittings, some straighter gown silhouettes. And if we can get Sloan to pivot just a little, and maybe, I don't know if the camera can catch the train at the bottom, has beautiful work that kind of is a surprise. You go from simple back down to, oh, thank you, Morgan.
Well, I'm Sloan's maid of honor.
There we are. So today's gowns can help today's bride be who she wants to be. They're not all the same.
That's pretty.
There's differences everywhere.
Well, Sloan, that is beautiful, and we'll bring our other model up. Noelle is going to be our next model, but while she's making her way up here, anything that brides should know that they need to bring with them to a bridal appointment, maybe if it's their very first time?
I think come in comfortable knowing that it's not scary. Maybe some undergarments. If you have something special that you want to wear, possibly a pair of heels. But maybe the most important advice is to not bring more people in your shopping group than you, the bride, can navigate.
It's
I have
seen
difficult.
Say yes to the dress, and that can be a mistake, right? Too many opinions and all of that, and at the end of the day, you want to be the one who is feeling all the feelings, right? You don't want all those outside
That's
laces.
exactly
It's got to be
right.
fun, but don't bring that friend that's like really opinionated, right, Diane? I'm sure you've seen it all.
Bring the right ones.
Bring the
those,
right ones.
Those that matter.
Yeah.
With your decision.
Yes. Okay. So speaking of trying on wedding dresses, we have Noelle here. I love this. It's so dreamy and beautiful, and there's like layers of lace here.
Morgan, you're making this so easy. Yes, it is. This
I'm going to apply.
when Audrey, my store manager, who's phenomenal, by the way, in Davenport, and I talked about this, the trends, this gown has some of everything.
Yeah, it does.
We have the layered look. The lace on the gown is reminiscent of the 80s. It's the sheet lace.
Oh, yeah.
The little chantilly lace. And we have brides asking us, I want something that's 80s. They're looking at vintage and flavors. We have a corset back. We have almost an Elizabethan bodice going on, and then a long sleeve. So there's a lot. And three-dimensional lace. Notice the little appliques on the bodice. So
I love
just
this.
a lot of dimension, and dreamy is a great descriptor.
Yeah, there's lots of brides watching that are falling in love with this dress right now. I can assure you of that. Noelle, thank you so much. And while we bring Allison up here, a couple more questions that I think that people want to know. Okay, so take us through the appointment experience, okay, because a lot of people come in and think they're going to put on the wedding dress and it's like going to fit them perfectly, like they're going shopping for a pair of jeans. That doesn't work like that.
Correct. It doesn't usually work like that. Come in prepared. We'll do some pre-talk, pre-appointment work with some inspiration sent in from the bride. We'll pull a few suggestions and we will veer from there. So the bride, you guide the appointment. You tell us, love this, oh, we missed the boat. And then your consultant will help
Don't be afraid.
continue going.
Yeah.
Do know you probably will need some custom alterations to get the kind of fit
Most
that you want for
everybody
the day.
does. Yes. Okay. Okay. I'm really excited for this one. This might be my favorite one of the day. So tell us a little bit about what Allison is wearing.
Well, one of the most fun things with this gown you can see is the pocket.
Yes, we need pockets. Where do we put our phones and our lip glosses?
Right. That's right. So we have pockets, but we have some very streamlined, clean look as well, and then a little sassy slit. If you can see a little bit of leg.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
So tasteful. We've got shearing, soft folds across the bodice, buttons down the back.
Oh
so
my gosh.
lots of little features that add up to a very couture look for this gown. Simple and clean, but yet very sophisticated.
Exciting with like the lines and all of that. Yes, absolutely love this. Okay, so we've got Hope's Bridal website on the screen right now. That's just hopesbridal.com. Very easy. The address, the phone number, and a reminder, Hope's will be part of the JC's of the Quad Cities Wedding Expo that is happening this Saturday, January 31st. Diane, Noelle, Sloan, Allison, thank you all so much for being here. We really appreciate it.
You are welcome, and thank you for the opportunity. It's been
Thank
fun.
you. Yes, and thank you so much for watching. Jeopardy is next.